Hi everyone, my name is BJ and I'd love to introduce you to my favorite instrument, the violin. I'll talk about some of the parts that make up the violin, including the bow and the actual violin, how sound comes out of our violin with our 4 strings, and the role that the violin plays in lots of bands and ensembles and orchestras, as well as just the music, this style of music that violins can play. So let's start with the parts of our violin. Again, we have our bow and our actual violin. If I hold the violin like this, you can kind of tell it looks kind of like a body, right? So we call these the shoulders because it looks like our shoulders. And then from that shoulder we have the neck. And then above that we have the scroll with the tuning pegs and what they call a peg box. And that peg box holds the string and holds it over the nut, which is the end of the fingerboard, and suspends it all the way until the bridge on this side. So the bridge holds up the strings on this side, the nut on this side. And then at the end of this side of the string are some more tuners. Sometimes violins only have one tuner or don't have any tuners on this side, but those stretch the strings into the tailpiece, and the tailpiece goes into this button. Lots of violins have chin rests, different shapes. It could sit toward the middle or toward the side, and just helps us relax our jaw right on top of that chin rest. The other parts are the F holes that let the sound escape from inside the violin, the hollow inside of the violin, where all the sound gets mixed when it vibrates down from the bridge. And then we have these ribs where we can move our bow up and down into when we go to the lower and upper strings. So let me talk about how sound comes out of our violin. We can do that in different ways. We can actually pluck these strings. With our fingers, either in our playing position, our violin position, or just like a guitar style. But also we have this bow that really helps us to really make our violin sing. And how it does that is as our bow crosses the strings, it pulls and kind of tickles the strings to vibrate it. And depending on where your finger is placed on the fingerboard, or if you just want to play open strings, that determines what note gets played. If it's just open strings, which we have 4, G, D, A, and E, then those are just played without the fingers. If we want to play higher pitches from those open strings, then we can place our fingers to stop the vibration and make a higher frequency. And because we don't have any frets, we can do fun little slides like this. And play lots of interesting sounds of our violin. Our main role in most ensembles and group settings, band settings, is that the violin plays the melodies. And that's because our violin is almost like a voice. It has the quality of someone singing. and so it can ring and resonate just like a voice. But there are times when violins can be harmonies where it can play chords too. So more than one note at a time. There are also times where a violin can serve as a kind of a part of the rhythm section. If you hear some shuffles like some fiddle styles. So those are some roles that the violin can play. And what I really like about playing the violin is that it's quite versatile, and meaning that I can play a range of different styles and a range of different musics, from ballads and spirituals. To fiddle tunes and dance tunes. And all kinds of music in between. So that's why I love playing, and I hope you have learned a little bit more about playing the violin, and hope to talk to you soon.